Like, good RNG is gonna make this or break this. This is so close. Do we have any other, like, heavier armor than this? Definitely nothing better against Slash. You know, I might try the stamina recovery because I believe this might be all the enemies in the game typically are based on stamina. It's possible the Mimic is not being as aggressive as possible because they're running out of stamina. I'm trying that. And it's not helping me, like, by much, so... Well, actually, it's doing literally nothing right now. Yeah, everything in the game, typically... There's like one exception, which is Orphan of Kos. Everything else, or Kos, I guess. Everything else has some amount of stamina. So maybe he's not as aggressive as should happen. Close, jeez. His buff lasts a while. So, that black flame thing is real strong. I feel like it's gonna make us a bit more active. I don't know if I'm just lucking out or what. Risking it for the biscuit. Just barely. I think my buff ran out. Nice try, Mimic. I should recast it as soon as the fight starts. She never really starts at anything scary, so I'm gonna just hit her a couple times to get this moving. Good, staggered out of it. Trying to get the Mimic to just get in there. The buff ran out. I don't know how anybody's getting that beam attack hit ever. Like, I don't know under what circumstance it's gonna hit Millennia. I just doesn't make any sense. I think if the Mimic gets the last hit, I can always do another. Kind of just gotta leave enough space for the Mimic to do their thing. She seems to always attack the last one who hit her. Really? Shit. Definitely fucked up. I should have just done the R2 again or backed off. I wanted to, she was at the last second. Mimic had like 5 opportunities to do something. I missed the one swing I needed. Just gotta take it a little more safe than that. Wound Veil, Wound Poiser. I can't use it. So that's not even a choice. Needs like a lot of decks, like 16 at least. Way more than I've got. Couldn't roll out of it. I couldn't. It would. The last hit of that staggered me into the follow up. God damn it. I feel like I might have pivoted. It's hard to tell. The way that you have to run away from her like that, and then that might be what it is. I saw Lobos complaining about this, but I know Lobos knows how the inputs in the game work. I don't think any enemy in any of the prior games has forced you to make a pivot, which means at the end of the second series of slashes, you must stop moving, otherwise you'll pivot and it'll eat your roll. I think that probably was what he was talking about. Because he was saying he kept thinking shit kept eating his rolls, but it's entirely the pivot. So if you run forward and then you pivot around after, like in the middle of a sprint, like that, you cannot roll during that. See, it's like a super delayed roll. And typically you're running away from Millennia for the first two, full sprint. And then the third one you want to turn around. You can do this down, you can't do it up. I really need that Mimic to heal. Just heal, you fucking idiot. Mimic's gonna die here. Whoops, wrong one. That's bad. Heal, you idiot. Mimic. Suck. Yeah. This boss is so absurd. And it doesn't seem like an optional boss. Being such a huge difficulty leap on a non-optional boss seems a little strange. I think I have a regen spell. Not just Beast of Vitality. There's another one called, like... I don't know. Whatever it's called. Ah, Blessing of the Earth Tree. I need 38. I could see running this. I don't care what the lore is, Xanthos. I mean, I don't want to be spoiled on it, so that kind of sucks, but... the difficulty is... You have to remember, like... It has to match the flow of the game, not necessarily just, oh, it's like... like... In fucking... Okay, so in... You fight all sorts of deities in SMT... and they're balanced according... Even the true final boss in SMT3 is balanced according to the difficulty, you know? Is she optional?
Is it time?
38.
Now.
I'll do 34. Goddess of Rot. Is it updated? Does the name update? I don't think anybody would have ever noticed. I don't need this much mind. What am I missing? I need... a little more HP is going to help them make more than it will me. I'll survive slightly better. Yeah, let's just pump up vigor a bit. That'll help a lot. And I don't need that much mind and endurance. I just need a bit. I think this'll... I'm trying to think if I need a 36 anywhere. I'm not sure. Yeah, Mimic is really... Does anything else matter besides the Mimic? Well, but the thing is, though, is that if I end up hitting a point where I reach Marika and she is definitely declared in the game to be a god, then the question is like, if all god tier enemies are that strong, then Marika will be that strong too. But people are finishing the game, so I'm guessing probably not. Oops. Wish you could view the description here. Main progression is probably up north. Or northeast. Like, main progression is probably right here. I'm willing to bet, because that's where they say, oh, get the fire. You need to get the ember or whatever to burn the earth tree. It's probably that. Great Shield Ashes would be better. The problem is that she does so much damage. Plus, if they're all blocking her and if she does area attacks and she's attacking all of them, she's gonna heal off of all that. The Mimic is out damaging her by far, or out damaging anything else, any other choice, by like an order of magnitude. That remember, it's not necessarily about just health or just damage. It is health swing. So that's the most important thing. I hope that got me. Oh, jeez. I have to take my armor off, or something. Something maybe heavier. Oh, my endurance is slightly lower. Nothing puts me medium. Having my endurance out a bit cost me a bit. I think that's helping the Mimic very much. She does go across, you're right. She will cover the entire map. That was a mistake. Ah! It's gonna kill me. No, I'm actually okay. I'm gonna pop Blessing to make sure that both I get it, and I think the Mimic might get it too. Mimic, no. Mimic, no. Oh yeah, I guess it specifically mentions it. I'm not sure I'm getting enough out of the time spent to cast. At the very least, the Black Flames protection. I'm gonna take both out. Take both out. Let's say Blessing of the Earth Tree. Let's get rid of that. Not having the Frost procs is slowing this down so much. Oops. If I get to the second phase, this is pretty much going to be the last attempt. Losing less health total. What a mistake. God damn it. You stop doing that. Mimic is in good shape. Wish it wouldn't go into regular swings if you hold L1. That would help a bit. You stop that. I'm running out of FP. We're doing good with the heals. I have no FP. I don't have enough for the second phase. I have to go downhill. This shit doesn't go uphill very well. Or I don't even know anymore. Yeah, if she didn't do Impale, I would have been in way better shape. I'm out. I'm literally out. Maybe I'll be the pestering little shit. Ah, it's the one. It starts at the bottom. Damn it! It starts at the bottom. I think I might go more melee aggro on the first phase, just to keep the mimic going, and then I'll save some FP as well. Now I gotta do like 2 of these. Probably a bad idea, honestly. Stop grabbing! What? I couldn't roll the first one? Oh, I think I broke the loading again. Damn it. That's twice on this exact same fight. Alright, just want to quickly make sure I didn't lose anything. People have been saying that they've been having issues with their saves getting all messed up. At the very least, people were getting reset to level 10, but their stats were intact, which could be pretty messed up. Also, depending on how that's handled by FromSoft, maybe they would accidentally trigger the anti-cheat if the stats don't match up. Alright, oh wait, did I have? I didn't get an arteria leaf yet, no. So rather than beat my head against this thing for the next while or so, I'm gonna go ahead and go through a checklist of things that I wrote in the past day or so, to actually, you know, not just be dumb and just get just get frustrated in that fight. That's a sorcery, okay. And it's 18 faith. Okay, that's good. So one thing I wanted to do is I'm going to let it respec to like 60 or 70 int, back to basically my original build, and make a few changes as well. I believe what's going to happen is that the Golden Order seal, which is getting 286, with 60 int, is probably still going to get like 240, 250 scaling, because the scaling is kind of messed up. Or at the very least, I would say the scaling prioritizes, even for dual scaling stuff, I think it's prioritizing high single stats. And the only way to get the Galmir staff or the Prince of Death staff to be any good probably will be something like 50 or 60 of both Int and Faith. And that's probably going to be the only way that it starts to beat out, you know, just the Regal Scepter, or, you know, the Astrologist staff is just barely behind. It's going to be like 195 plus at 20. So it's like, what am I doing, you know? So that's, I think, what's gonna happen. I'm gonna have a plus 10 Regal Scepter. We're gonna have a plus 10 Golden Order Seal, and I'm gonna have maybe 18 Faith. Probably leaning towards 18 Faith. I think I needed Strength for something. I'm not gonna deal with that sword anymore. That sword is a death trap. So I gotta figure out what is gonna be. What's a high amount of Faith for anything I care to use? It's probably only going to be like 18 for Rykart stuff. So these are all low as well, all the fire stuff. What else? 21 for fires I don't care about. Ranker Call 14 is fine. Fia's Mist I'll never use. Tibia's not going to plan on it. Great Heal is going to happen. Don't care about Darkness, but maybe? Golden Vow and Wrath aren't really helping me. Blessing would have been cool. Litany and Discus maybe in some cases. Oh yeah, this is only Int. That's actually good to remember. Can't believe Lightning Spear is only 17. I think Lightning Spear in I swear in Dark Souls 1 was like 30. The flame stuff's cheap, is like cheap on Faith. Like some of these might actually be useful. Cleanse Me is good, that's 12. Black Flame's not happening. It's gonna be a little bit of a bummer that I'm not getting Black Flame's protection anymore, because it's like a big increase, but I can live without it. So yeah, out of all the spells that I've got, I only need like 18 Faith if I want to use Rykard's Rancor, which I think I will, because I want to try it. Man, it's two slots though. Should I really waste a point of Faith on this? Is anything else 18 that I cared about? But there was one other. Darkness, don't care about that. Mist, don't care about that. Yeah, wow. Okay, I guess I'll skip. I'll skip the Rancor then. I guess that's what we're gonna do. And you know what I should do? Let me just go respec first, and then I'll figure out the rest of this. Keep going to the manor. Yeah. I should have, you know, 5-ish more of these things, I think. I hope. Let me check. Well, better make this one count.
Now, is it thy wish to yet again be born anew?
Sure.
Now, bear this sweeting into life anew.
Alright. 17 Faith to start. Let's do... Shit, I should probably check the strength requirements and everything too. Okay, that's good to know. Good that they tell you.
Not alarmed, nor afeared. I would birth thee.
Yeah, I know. Gotta check my equipment first, though. So this is going. Scepter is coming on, so that's 810. I think I gotta default to 12 decks, or I don't even know what. So I need... I know I want to use it, but it's gonna be 810. No physical stats. 712. I need 12 decks then. Which I think I default to. That's 10. Lusat's is 10. Which I'm not going to use. But the meteor staff had higher strength requirements. I thought it was like 10. I thought I had to two-hand this for some reason. Maybe it was another staff. Alright, well, 12 decks is the big target here. Yeah. The Sentry Torch I did the two-hand. Okay, so seems like I'm gonna need just... What needed 10 strength? Just Lusats. Okay. I need 10 strength for something else. No. Okay, I'm pretty sure this is set. Oh, yeah, shush.
Art thou not now?
So I'm gonna have 12, I'm gonna have 8. Nothing needed, 9. 17. Faith. Gonna see what points I can do if I do 70 intelligence. Let's do the 25 vigor. 30 mind. 20 endurance to start. No strength. So I've got points to spend. I did not beat that boss though. I realized a couple of things with scaling, and no wonder my damage was totally messed up, and no wonder my build isn't working out. I've been meaning to respec for a while, and this is going to make it better. Also, I'm going to get 2 artillery leaves. One specifically for the uplifting aromatic, and the other one for the blood boil. I may not use the blood boil, but that's fine. I've got a big old... Well, I respec'd earlier, too. So I initially had, like, 70 int, or maybe 69 int, and went in and wasn't leveraging the Mimic tier very well. And then I respec'd and then started using the Mimic tier well. But I had already nerfed my damage into Oblivion, so it's like, So when I get all the shit figured out, and I'm not going to fight the boss again tonight, once everything's addressed, I should be in a lot better shape. Between both the higher damage overall, I'm gonna have like more than 300 spell buff on my. I think it's gonna be like 330 on the staff instead of like 270 or something. But the aromatic, the mimic using the aromatics is gonna be great, and I don't think I'm gonna lose much healing as well. So I just needed to just not be using a dumb build. I think I was trying to fight the way the dual scaling works, which is not like 36-36 is not going to be as effective as like 70-17, probably closer to like 70-24 or something. Whatever, like there's going to be some breakpoint where it's far better, because they want you to get your real returns. You have to just go like mad into one stat rather than both. I'm hoping the same doesn't apply to strength and dexterity. I'm hoping I can get away with like 35, 35. Otherwise, when I make the quality build, I'll probably be doing, I don't know, 45, 35 or 50, 35 or something. I don't know. Shit, I could fit 80, almost 80. And the sad part is you get decent returns for that. I'm only gonna have 800 HP though, and not as much FP or stamina. Stamina I don't care too much about. I am concerned about the health and the mind. So like this is probably better. The other thing is I'm gonna skip sticking at 120. The meta. Well, okay, so here's a couple of different things about the meta. One is that it's perfect. It's like it's completely worthless to me because I'm not dueling anyways. The other thing is that the meta is never lower in any of these games than the level that players tend to land at after finishing the game. And players are not going to land on... players are not going to land at 120 at the end of a proper, reasonably thorough first playthrough. They're gonna land at like 150. It's gonna be like Dark Souls 2 again. Hadn't I beat her since I'm magic oriented? You mean Renala? I had fought her a bit, realized I had almost no damage, and then came back with spells that don't do magic damage. One in particular that just does physical, and it hurts real hard, and it staggers really well. In fact, just grabbing that and coming back kind of trivialized the fight. Oh man, should I just... I think I'm going to go with this because like none of the stats are above where I want them, and I'm going to keep leveling anyways. So to make sure I have 70 intelligence, that's the big thing.
Thou art now a sweeting, full, fine, and fair.
Definitely
My
full.
thanks for being born of my beloved egg, time and time again.
You end the game at 115. So look at how players finish, for example, Dark Souls 1 and 3, or Demon Souls even. Players aren't finishing those. Players aren't finishing those at levels where they need those stats for decent PvP builds. Like, you can finish those at like 80 to 100 and fit a PvP. Like, you have the same constraints at that as you would in this game at like 120 or 150. Players are going to go up. The meta is going to go up. Mine was in the 80s for Demon Souls. I think for Dark Souls it was 80-ish? 80, like 86, 89. And then for Dark Souls 2 it was like, it might have been like at least 140, 135 at least. Comfortably. Yeah, the meta is definitely going up. The duelist meta. The one that I don't care about, but I know people want to argue about.